Of course the world ends. You did it to us. When the ice melted, you said nothing. When the plague spread, you did nothing. When the nukes dropped, you became nothing. At least that's what the Elder says. But cheer up. You'll be happy to know that despite your mistakes, life remains. In a small settlement high above a raging river, people are living and thriving. We call it the Ark. The Ark is humanity's last outpost, a lonely island in an ocean of chaos. Within these walls, we help each other create a new civilization on the ruins of the old one, with the guidance of our leader, the Elder. The Elder tells us we're safe as long as we never leave, because outside these walls lies the Zone, the never-ending wasteland. A mass grave spanning the planet, littered with your crumbling monuments to your hubris and arrogance. What the Elder chooses not to tell us is our food and water supplies are running dangerously low. That's why he relies on stalkers, adventurers who leave the Ark, explore the Zone, and scavenge for precious resources. Stalkers are tough enough to resist the rot, and they got the smarts and the firepower to keep the Zone ghouls at bay. Stalkers have to be more than human. That's me, Mr. More Than Human, aka a mutant. I look weird to you, but hey, you look weird to me. So let's leave it at that. If the Stalkers come back from the Zone alive, the Ark survives another day. If the Stalkers don't come back, the legacy of mankind will be lost forever. At least, that's what the Elder says. The Elder meets us at the elevator. He says he doesn't have a second to lose. The mission's too important. Our mission, he says, is a man. And that man is Hammond. Everyone in the Ark knows Hammond, respects him. He's our lead, gearhead, going farther into the Zone than anybody else, bringing back the machines that help us survive. He knows how to keep those machines running, how to fix them when they fall apart. Hammond keeps the Ark's heart beating. The Elder says 3 nights ago, Hammond took his team of stalkers and headed north, not telling anyone why. They haven't come back. I've never seen the Elder this shaken before. It scares me. He tells us Hammond has a remote cabin in the north that could yield some clues to his location. Me and Ducks never patrolled that far before, but the Elder says he has faith in us. He believes in us. So, this mission we accept. Go to Hammond's cabin, search for clues, then find Hammond and bring him back alive. The fate of the Ark depends on it.
My home will always be a haven to you, brave stalkers. After your journeys, pay me a visit, and I'll offer you some guidance, perhaps a story, to help you become wise and strong. Thank you for letting this old man ramble. Go in peace, stalkers. I'm happy that you took on this mission to find Hammond. As you go deeper into the Zone, questions will arise in your heads. you'll ask yourselves how this world became a wasteland. I'll tell you. A long time ago, a strange disease sprang up in a city not too far from here. A vicious disease. The eyes of the victims would go red. They would bleed from their ears. Hence its infamous nom de plume, the Red Plague. Within 40 years, the plague destroyed most of the human race. A quick rake of death, scraping across the face of the planet. It was nature's revenge. Revenge against the greed, the arrogance, the egos of humans who thought they were gods. We call these fools the Ancients. We don't worship the Ancients like the madman in the zone do. Because our salvation doesn't depend on false gods who live in the heavens. It doesn't depend on the mirage of paradise beyond the zone. Our salvation depends on us. Us means humans and mutants together. And as two of our resident mutants, I bet you wonder who you are. Where you come from. I wonder too. We all do. When I found you in the zone, you were shivering, naked, memories completely wiped. We took you in, taught you, and now you serve us as our hunters, our trackers, our warriors. We are indebted to you, stalkers. Never turn on each other. Hear me? Survive and persevere, my brave stalkers. Nova Sect. So close to our borders. This is troubling. I should have known. Where the ghouls come, the Nova Sect follow, as they say. If you're a ghoul, you think the Nova Sect is a dedicated group of priests trying to cleanse the world of evil. This is not accurate. The Nova Sect is a psychotic death cult who are trying to destroy the Ark and everyone in it. Their leader, Plutonia, knows we cannot be swayed by her lies. We are not followers, and she hates those who do not follow. The zone is like a warm radiation bath that turns brains into rice pudding. But by hook or by crook, the Nova Sect prosper in the zone. The radiation has actually blessed or cursed their minds with special gifts. They can get inside your head, put horrible things inside. Make sure they don't get inside your heads, stalkers. Farewell. Remember your elder's guidance. My brave, fierce stalkers. You make an old man feel young. I heard of your recent exploits, and how your search for Hammond now leads to the Nova Sect's base in the south. They call it the Cathedral, but it is anything but. My brave stalkers, I pray you find Hammond in good health and return him here safely. If the Nova Sect probe Hammond's mind, well, the Nova Sect's leader, Plutonia, is obsessed with some prophesized doomsday that never comes. The end of the world isn't coming fast enough. So Plutonia wants to jumpstart Armageddon with weapons left here by the Ancients. Weapons that tore this place apart. Weapons Hammond could be forced to restart. To worship the Ancients is to worship death. We are the lights that never go out. We are the Ark. And you will save us all. May your search for Hammond continue in complete safety. The Ark thanks you for your service. Be well. As your search for Hammond leads you deeper into the zone, you are seeing things I've never told you about. Strange things. I have withheld certain facts from you because, well, your innocence gives you hope, and the Ark needs hope. But you ask questions, so I will give answers. When the world fell apart, a few of humanity's best and brightest constructed hidden bases where they could survive. These bases were called enclaves. One was deep beneath the ground, another at the bottom of the sea, a third orbiting the planet. The best and brightest, trapped inside their enclaves, grew paranoid, then hostile. They created machines that did everything for them. Metal monstrosities that granted their every wish, except immortality. The Ancients' best and brightest all died, but their machines remain. Farewell. Remember your Elder's guidance. You follow the trail and get closer to Hammond. Good. I pray you find him quickly. I don't want his mind warped and abused by the zone's more devilish inhabitants. The fate of the Ark depends on you, brave stalkers. Farewell. Remember your Elder's guidance. You're getting closer to Hammond. Good. Seeing more ghouls too? Not so good. Where do ghouls come from? I'll tell you. As the Red Plague burned through the human race, civilization fell apart. Between two tribes of ancients, a war started. That war grew into a world war. All the weapons they swore they'd never use, they used with wild abandon. When the war was over, the world lay poisoned. Soldiers who had nothing left wandered the zone to live in the irradiated wastelands. Those soldiers beget little soldiers, who grew up and beget other little soldiers, who after a few centuries became the ghouls you see today. You want me to call the ghouls humans? I refuse. Ghouls are not humans. The rot has stripped the souls from their bodies, leaving only rage. Rage that jumps from one generation to the next, getting stronger and stronger. The ghoul appetite for Ark blood will never be sated. Remember that the next time you face them. Farewell. Remember your Elder's guidance. I trust in you, my brave stalkers. I know you will find Hammond. But I regret this search is taking longer than we anticipated. You're going deeper into the zone, farther than you have ever been. This exploration may lead to questions. Questions poison the mind. Keep your mind on the mission, and you will prevail. Good luck. The Ark thanks you for your service. Be well. The intrepid heroes return. I hear you're almost to Hammond. Good. Keep vigilant. Don't let the zone vapors muddle your senses. I trust you will find him soon. Farewell. Remember your elder's guidance. Your mission is complete, Stalkers. You returned Hammond safe and sound. Our machines will hum with new life. The Ark is forever in your debt. Thank you. My little birdies have told me. Hammond thinks the fabled Eden lies beyond the Forbidden City. And you are thinking of going through the city to get to Eden. Have I taught you nothing? There is no Eden. And even if there were, entering the Forbidden City is impossible. That is the city where the Red Plague started. The ancients in charge thought they could quarantine the people by building a giant wall that covered the entire city. It stands to this day, impenetrable. You should stay at the Ark and heal your wounds. No more adventures. Survive and persevere, my brave Stalkers. Your mission is accomplished. Hammond has returned to the Ark, on the edge of his life, grant you, but alive. I'm told that you continue to explore the zone. This does not make your elder happy. Take a rest, Stalkers. Go to Prips and regale the patrons with tales of valor. This adventure is over. Farewell. Remember your elder's guidance. I trained you. I fed you. I made you useful to the Ark. And now you gallivant around the zone and go against my wishes. I fear for your minds. Whatever you're chasing out there, I pray you don't find it. Goodbye, Stalkers.
And that is that. Ark 1, Nova Sect 0. Their insane plans to destroy our home vanish into the wind. We're safe. Our people live another day. The smoke clears, ears still ringing. On the edge of my blurred vision, something comes out of the Ark. Light dancing across my arm, up my face. I look up. I'm being scanned by some giant eyeball. Then Dux and Pharaoh get scanned. Then Magnus and Selma. The light cuts out and the eyeball darts back inside the wall. We hear pistons churning, gears turning, a machine humming back to life. The gates of Eden open. Maybe Eden sees we're mutants and welcomes us home. We stand there in silence. The 5 of us are all mutants, found and raised by the Elder. This feels like an answer to the question that's plagued our lives. Who are we? And do we go in and find out? When Dux and me first started out, everything was cut and dried. The Elder knew best. There were no answers in the zone. Mutants didn't know who they were, where they came from, and that was fine. No one cared. But now, after the enemies we fought, after the friends we found, after all we've seen, The five of us stand here at the gates of Eden. Do we go in? Do we want to know who we are?
We got 'em all. Now, let's open that gate, see what this Eden really is.
That's the same star we saw on those flying machines. The machines did come from here. Hammond was right. I knew this med pack was gonna be here. How do I know this? More guarding machines, all unbroken, but quiet. Are they asleep? This is it. I don't know why the Elder kept us away from this place, but I think we're about to find out. I don't believe it. I can't believe it. Unreal. A tree and grass, just like outside. This place is messing with my head. This can't be a picture of me, right? Huh. All this time we're talking about skeletons that don't look like us. This one kinda does. There might have been mutants in Eden. Look, the screen with the lights. If we want answers, that's a good place to start. We huddle around the screen. The words, Mutant Project, blink on and off in big red letters. The screen turns black, then explodes with a flurry of flashing images, faster than we can take in. I catch glimpses of mutants in test tubes, animals in cages, strands of code, something called DNA. The screen freezes on one final image. An employee profile. A scientist of the Mutant Project. It says his name is Ingmar Edison. His face. When we see his face, those eyes staring back at us, we couldn't believe it. It was him. The profile says his status was revoked after stealing mutant experiments from the lab. Memories come flooding back. We were the experiments. They raised us in tubes and played games with our DNA. Made us freaks. The Elder was part of this. Happy endings died with the Ancients. Why didn't he tell us? Who is he? The room spins. The truth comes flooding back into my brain. Everything I know is a lie. I lose my balance. As the room turns black, a voice crackles onto the radio. Ghost-like, ethereal, like the Ancients calling down from space.
Command Center, Sweden. Come in, Command Center, Sweden. I repeat, Command Center, Sweden. Command Center, Sweden. Come in, Command Center, Sweden. I repeat.
You defy me. You defy your Elder. I told you not to go through the Forbidden City. The city is a tomb. The rat plague poisons its air. Strange beings patrol its grounds. Perversions of the Ancients. And still you go. Still you seek this ridiculous Eden. There is no Eden. Stop this foolishness before you get yourselves killed. Farewell. Remember your Elder's guidance.